Today, I'm flying Emirates First Class suites for 8 hours over to Dubai. What makes this such a unique flight is aside from having my own private cabin with closing doors, I'll be able to have a shower, hang out in the Onboard Lounge, experience fine dining whilst guzzling vintage champagne, all at 40,000 feet. So make sure you're sitting comfortably. Let's head over to Thailand to pick up my journey at 6:30 AM in Bangkok. Emirates send first class guests a chauffeur, something few airlines do these days. Due to being so early, the journey over to the airport is quick, so I'm not subjected to Bangkok's notorious jams. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. You join me today at Bangkok International Airport, where, as you've seen, we're going to be flying on Emirates First Class. So without any more to say, let's head straight inside and go and get checked in for our flight. Right, so Emirates is at N gate, I think. Let's go and check in. Now it's time to head over to the fast track facility. In days gone by, I've used it here in Bangkok and it's been a bit of a chaotic experience, so let's see what it's like today. But thankfully, it is included in the first ticket. Right then, all through immigration. That was pretty straightforward. Now it's time to go and have a look at where I need to go. Now I think I have access to the Emirates Lounge, should it be open. So let's head over now to gate G. Emirates is one of the few airlines that has a great collection of airline-run lounges at outstations. Aside from being on brand, this lounge offers stellar food, premium champagne, and most importantly this morning, strong coffee. So I've gone for a relatively light breakfast today, just because I know there's going to be a lot of food on board and I want to save my appetite. And yes, before you ask, I will be explaining exactly how much and how I booked this flight in just a moment. Right, well, as far as lounges go, that was brilliant. Had everything that you needed in a short layover. Now for the walk over to the departing gate. I've been told it's about a 10-minute walk, so let's get straight to it. Boarding begins in about 15 minutes, so I feel like that should be a good amount of time. Well, I can see it. It is indeed the Expo livery. Oh, it looks cool. I know the Expo's now over, but oh, I love it. Right then, one of the last to board. I actually thought boarding wasn't till 9, so it's probably that the gate closes at 9, knowing my stupid organisation. Anyway, let's go. And now for a quick word from today's video sponsor, AG1 by Athletic Greens. AG1 is a game changer for me with such a hectic work and travel schedule. It's quite simple. AG1 is a nutritional drink filled with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. AG1 provides nutrients that support and sustain my energy levels throughout the day, whatever time zone I'm in. It's part of my daily morning ritual when I'm home and away. I can make my daily AG1 nutritional drink quickly and easily. For example, when I'm home, I have it first thing on my balcony, getting me energized and focused for my day of work. When I travel, I simply bring along a few travel-sized AG1 packs for my trip, which allows me to continue my routine whilst on the go. AG1 helps your digestion, focus and immunity, allowing you to get the most out of your day. Tap my link to get a 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D3K2 and 5 packs free with your first purchase. You really can't put a price tag on your own health. Well, you can tell that I'm one of the last ones because this would usually be quite busy along here. What am I playing at? Welcome to Suite 2 Alpha today. Let's get settled in and I'll show you all around. After stowing my bag, I'm welcomed by the purser and presented with a cold towel. To quote Non-Stop Dan, I'm super happy to see these back. Next, I'm offered some champagne. Moet is served on the ground, with the promise of quite the upgrade once we're airborne. If you're wondering why, airlines get charged tax by some countries when they open booze on the ground, therefore top shelf stuff is often opened after takeoff. For that increased caffeine hit, I'm also offered some Arabic coffee, along with an orange date. The coffee is served in a traditional Fijan cup. This is always filled no more than halfway. It's done so as typically you'll have 2 to 3 servings. The date is deliciously sweet with an orange filling. I could eat these all day. Alas, it seems there is only time for one round of Arabic coffee, as all of a sudden we begin to push back off stand. Let's get my seatbelt on and polish off that glass of Moet, naturally, in true Trek trendy fashion, whilst the safety video is running. It's not long before we taxied all the way over to the runway. Emirates pioneered the in-flight cameras, which are amazing, though unfortunately the resolution on this one left a lot to be desired. Now to hurtle down that runway, leaving the beautiful Thailand behind. I'll be back soon, Thai's new first class beckons. Today's flight will take us some 5,000 kilometers all the way over to hot and sunny Dubai. As we begin to level out, it's time for the top shelf stuff, some 2012 Dom P, a harmony of sweet apricot, fresh rhubarb and mint combined with ashy mineralogy with a dash of white pepper. Okay, I fess up, I too can read the label. This is served with some warm mixed nuts. I do, however, think this is teasing me into an early lunch order. I mean, I can order whenever I want, but well, let's take a look at the menu. Thankfully, Emirates is not far off pre-pandemic service now, offering an impressive selection of food for today's flight. After my order is placed, I think it's time to take a look around my suite. There's no denying it's a showstopper. Audacious gold and walnut dominate the suite's aesthetics, with only the rich cream leather breaking it up. There are in fact 14 suites on Emirates A380, which is up there as one of the heaviest first class configs. More on those famous doors in a minute, as there's tons of other features I have to show you. Aside from the snack basket and fresh flowers, there's an in-seat minibar, which whilst cool is completely unnecessary as you can order whatever you want on demand, plus this isn't chilled. There's a vanity mirror which feels very Hollywood, and in case you're feeling inspired, there's even a writing kit to pen down some words of wisdom between the sips of Dom. Each suite is controlled via a tablet, but unfortunately mine seems to be having quite a few problems today. Thankfully there are other manual controls too. I absolutely love the individual air vents, on both your left and right hand side. A pet peeve of mine is when they're emitted, which is becoming all too common. You also have your IFE remote hidden in your armrest to access ICE, Emirates' incredible in-flight entertainment system. And the most pertinent feature, the tray table of course. This is absolutely huge as you can see, but very much needed to accommodate this table setting. Okay, I make it caviar time. It comes with all the trimmings, including grated egg yolk, finely chopped onions, and finally a mother of pearl spoon. Let's shut those doors then to get the maximum privacy. I hear it makes the caviar taste better. With all this first class travel, I get to try caviar a lot, being a staple of this sort of cabin. I have a confession though, I don't think I've ever had it on the ground, which is frankly hilarious. Given your taste buds change quite a bit in the sky, perhaps I would naturally like it. Saying that, no risk of me not liking it at 40,000 feet. After a brief interval, it's time for my appetizer, one of my favourites, the traditional Arabic meze, consisting of hummus, motorbell, stuffed vine leaves, baba ganoush to name a few, and of course complemented with fresh breads. Let's move my seat forward for this one and get stuck in. I always tend to try the meze on an Arabic airline. I like how much of an event it is and the varieties of flavours and sensations. This particular meze was phenomenal, though I wish they'd provided more warm Arabic bread. Needless to say, I've made a good effort, I feel. For the main event, yes, you've guessed already, steak. Served with steamed asparagus, a shallot and tarragon sauce, which was a strange consistency, and in addition on the side, some delicious potato gratin. The highlight was the latter, cooked to perfection. However, the steak, as they often are on Emirates, was dry and overcooked. To close, I ordered the chocolate caramel tart, though instead received the orange and almond cake with a creme anglaise. Whilst a shame the order was substituted, I'm able to wash down my surprise with one of the most expensive drinks in the sky. Retailing north of $1,000 a bottle, Hennessy Paradis is quite the treat and the real showstopper. A few swigs of this and I'm clawing back a good amount of my ticket price. With a good few thimblefuls of Paradis consumed, I'm certainly not as disappointed with my creme anglaise. With dinner service coming to an end, I'm presented with another cold towel and some chocolates. Much better. The wonderful FA also reminds me that it's time for my shower spa appointment. No need to tell me twice. I'll grab my provided shower bag and hot-foot it over to the shower. Emirates have 2 shower spas at the front of the first class cabin. It's certainly not what you'd usually expect to find on a plane. Well, welcome to the shower spa. What is this all about? The design again is, well, ostentatious, but I feel it's warranted. After all, this is the only way you can shower on a plane commercially, with Etihad's A380 being retired. Every amenity you could possibly want is provided for you, though my favourite is still the PJs, which I'll get on after my shower. Here we go then. I'm embarrassed to admit I've had the chance to try this 3 times now, and no, it doesn't get old. You get around 5 minutes of water, but you can eke this out by pausing the water whilst putting shampoo or applying shower gel. It's certainly a lot nicer than Amtrak showers. You do have to remind yourself you're on a plane though, especially given, well, even the floor is heated. Well, that's much better. I feel like a new man. Yes, this is totally unnecessary, but you won't want to go back to not showering on a plane after you've tried it. Let's head back over to my suite then. There's even a built-in wardrobe for my clothes, though as there's no overhead bins, it's kind of a necessity. So, the bed. As I've been showering, the FA has made my suite bed up, complete with a duvet, fluffy white pillow, and mattress topper. Certainly the most elite place for an afternoon nap. Naturally, we'd be wanting some more privacy, so at the touch of a button, my suite doors close, cocooning me in my golden, ostentatious walnut room. Night all, I'll see you in a bit.
Many hours later,
I wake from a very comfortable nap, though to regain full consciousness, another caffeine hit is of course required. Emirates have a proper cappuccino machine on board, and it's among the better in-flight coffees I've tasted. Appropriately caffeinated, let's go and explore the other party piece of this plane, the Onboard Lounge. Located behind the business class section at the very back of the upper level of the A380. Welcome to the EK Lounge. This is their older setup, with their newest featuring individual booths to eat at, rather than these sofas. It's certainly a cool place to hang out and sample Emirates' wide array of cocktails. However, today we unfortunately don't have the luxury of time, so let's head back over to my suite. Grab my clothes and get changed. We're not far off our descent into Dubai. A quick freshen up in the shower spa. No, you only get one shower. And I'm back in the NASA. Let's walk back over to my suite, which has been turned back into a seat for landing. As I put my Timbs back on and we gradually begin our descent into Dubai, let me explain the costs for today's flight. There's a lot of misinformation online stating this is a $20,000 ticket, which is utter trash. Whilst expensive, no one is paying that. The trick is to fly multiple legs and be flexible with your booking. In addition to my Dubai flight, I'll be continuing on to Muscat in first. Emirates also pay for all chauffeur transfers and a 5-star hotel in Dubai, which softens the blow. In total, I paid $2,000, which whilst expensive, I feel you may be able to justify as a special one-off treat. Do let me know though, would you save to do this one day, or is it a totally unnecessary experience from what you've seen today? And just like that, welcome to Dubai. Thank you so much for joining me on today's flight over from Bangkok. I hope you enjoyed experiencing what Emirates First Class is actually like, what the suites are like, and of course those iconic showers. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all again next week.